Hey everyone, welcome back to Retro Gaming Ledger. Today we're going to discuss DLC physical discs included in Game of the Year edition games, and why they are fetching such a premium. Um, this is seen over many different games, and I see it all the time. It is increasing game prices by, in my estimation, if it's a popular game, an additional $5 added on top of the original game. Um, and that gap could get bigger over time. It depends on several things, uh, namely the reason why we are seeing a premium in these DLC packs that are often labeled Game of the Year. Um, Sometimes I think they say, an additional DLC download, but we're seeing this price premium on these games because of the digital store closures. For example, Xbox 360, the digital store closure was closed in 2024, and that basically deleted all that DLC content. And that rings true for even backwards compatibility. If you have an Xbox One and you try to download the full version Game of the Year DLC for Fallout 3, guess what? It's not available. It's not available on the Xbox One digital store. You can't get it. It's completely gone. The DLC is gone. And this kind of illustrates the importance of physical games, of having physical discs, because it is a preservation of content. And because the DLC is only obtainable on these physical discs, it's fetching a premium. And over time, unfortunately, people will be careless. Not us as collectors, but generally people will lose that additional DLC discs. It's just going to happen. Those discs are going to go missing. They're going to get scratched over time, and the DLC downloads or files are going to go missing. And there's going to be a select few of people that have those DLC discs. So that is why there's a premium. Um, you're getting additional content, but it's a rarity package. And I only see one way that game is going to go. It's going to go up. It's going to go up because of the rarity. So we will look at some charts. We will look at some games that do have this included DLC additional disc. I don't see many games that have one disc that contains all the content. It's usually a second disc that has this content. So it's usually two disc sets. Like I think Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition is two discs. Um, Red Dead Redemption Game of the Year I think is two discs. We're gonna find out. We're gonna look up that information. I'm not 100% sure, but certainly all those games are being priced aggressively uh, on price charting. So we're going to take a look and let's get right to it. Hey everyone, welcome back. Um, right in front of you, I have a ongoing list of Xbox 360 games that have included a secondary DLC disc that is physical, and it's the content that is no longer digitally available for purchase. I had to ask AI basically to find these discs because they're labeled differently. Some are Game of the Year edition, Ultimate edition, Complete edition. So the name really varies. I tried searching it on price charting for, like, example, Game of the Year and do Xbox 360, and you only get a handful of games to compare. So I really had to kind of dig deep and use AI to kind of figure out
what those games were and what the names, how they varied. So we're going to look at a couple charts and compare the base game to the DLC disc packs to kind of illustrate what the price differences are. So right off the bat, let's look up Fallout. I think that's a good um, game to start off on. Fallout 3 normally priced 1040. This is the game of the year. I own this. It has a secondary disc that has 5 DLC um, aspects included. It's a $10 difference. 1040 to 880. That's a huge difference. That's almost double. So that's our first example. Let's look at, we will look at Fallout New Vegas Ultimate Edition. We'll move on to Fallout New Vegas. Here, look at this. This is, oh, that's PlayStation. This is pretty telling though. Fallout New Vegas, we're at the 1358 mark. Standalone. Game standalone. Look at the Ultimate Edition. We're talking about a $20 difference. Let's look at the chart on Ultimate Edition. That is quite I haven't really looked at this chart recently. It's forming a technical pattern called a cup and handle. If you're not familiar with this, it's a stock trading term. This is very impressive actually. Parabolic spike up, retracement, cup, retest of the high, and now the handle. What comes after the handle is another parabolic move. I implore you, if you're watching this video, to look up the term cup and handle pattern formation and look for yourself. That is a classic cup and handle, and it is getting ready to break out. It's going to go well above $40. It's going to $50 in a couple months. This one's going to $50, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is very bullish. I would, unless something catastrophic, something. I mean, there's a huge market crash in the stock market. I don't know if this game is going down anytime soon. Um, it's going above 40. It's going to 45 very easily, and it's going to go to 50. Um, wow, I didn't see that. That is wild. I'm gonna move on. I'm kind of blown away by that. Um, but there are other games, obviously, with these DLC. L.A. Noire, um, the complete edition. Let's look up L.A. Noire. All right, we've got a $10 difference again. A sizable difference. Chart looks a little bit muddled. Let's look at what's going on with LA Noire. We're getting some price spiking up. This looks very healthy. But yeah, you see the difference. There is a premium on these DLC games. I have Star Wars: The Force Unleashed Sith Edition. Yeah, I have it in a nice tin case, a steelbook. Force Unleashed Sith Edition. Let's just do Force Unleashed. Okay. Oh, that's wow. 127 on PlayStation 3. That is quite nice. All right, Star Wars Force Unleashed. There, it's at a $10 exactly. And look at that. Look at Star Wars: The Force Unleashed Ultimate Sith Edition. That is quite a difference for DLC content. We're talking about a $40 difference. I gotta look at the chart. Yep, I own this. Chart looks healthy. Chart looks real healthy. Slow and gradual. We had a move up and it came down. Now it's retracing back up. Um, you know, it's collectible. It's a steelbook case. It's got DLC content, and that would explain this movement. Grand Theft Auto 4. This game's getting kind of crazy, as it was a kind of a common game, but um, I mean, look at what this game is doing right now. Grand Theft Auto 4 is currently priced, I can't even believe I'm saying it, $19. Look at the chart. Oh my god. Look at this chart, ladies and gentlemen. It was holding at the $10 range. We're now in the stratosphere. We're kind of in the stratosphere for a common game. Um, let's look up GTA 4 real fast. See what the additions are. Complete edition. So we're at 20 here almost, and 40, so double the price. And of course, this is including a disc, DLC, paying a premium. See these different names? The full package. Saints Row, they're all different. They all have their unique DLC edition name. But I think you guys are getting the idea that these are priced differently. They're collectible. They're more collectible because it's harder to get that DLC content digitally. Can't get it physical. Physical rarity. BioShock Infinite. So Infinite is, I want to say, a very inexpensive game. It's a bargain bin. Let's look up. So this is a bargain bin game at $5. It's kind of muddled around at this price. Common title. Is this called Complete Edition? Yes. Look at Complete Edition. So we're at the 5 handle, $10 premium. Let's look at this chart. I'm just curious. Look at the chart. Complete Edition. Got some movement, not too much. Let's look at the original. Just for shit's sake. It's got some movement. For a game that is a common title, it's got movement up. In the doldrums of $3 to $4, it got up to $7, $8. Bravo. But I think you guys are getting the idea. Put your focus, if you need to get DLC games, look at these complete editions, these special editions. Anything with a DLC pack, I believe, is going to go up in value. Those discs are going missing. They're getting scratched. They're getting misplaced. They're being put in different boxes. Over time, you have to give it time. It will be harder to access those DLCs. And you're going to remember those DLCs. You're going to remember Mothership Zeta on Fallout 3. You're going to remember, and you're going to want to play it. And people are going to have some nostalgia that they're going to want. So emphasize preservation and physical discs. And yeah, I just wanted to leave that out there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments on DLC discs and their value. And how fast are they going to accelerate? I'd like to hear back from you guys. Please like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.